Let's go back to Oliver Sloup here. And Oliver, I noted on the April live cattle chart, it looks like it's just resting right on the 200-day moving average, at least on the chart that I'm looking at. It had been below it, climbed back up to it, and it's just sitting there right on it right now. Does that mean much?
Yeah, well, we've been keeping a close eye on that, and it was very fitting that we were resting at such a what we called an inflection point into the cattle on feed report on Friday, and we were looking for that report to provide us a little bit more of a directional move here in the early morning trade. And with the numbers that we saw, we would have thought that that would have been a little bit lower. But the fact that we're not breaking all that much in these cattle markets is pretty encouraging. So if we can get a good strong closeout above that 200-day moving average, you might be able to influence some momentum traders to start to step back on board and get long this market. What we've been keeping a very close eye on here is those lean hog markets. So April had been mostly range bound for several weeks. It broke out above the top end of the range at the end of last week, and that momentum is carried forward into today's session. And that June contract continues to make new contract highs as well. And we've had a lot of clients reach out wondering where the top is for this market. And I've always said it's kind of a fool's errand to pick tops and bottoms. Sure, we're getting close to overbought with regards to the RSI, or the relative strength index. We're right at about 70, which is the line in the sand for being technically overbought. But if you remember, just a month ago in the middle of February, we saw that RSI up in the 80s. So just because the market is technically overbought doesn't mean it can't go higher. It's very obvious here that the momentum is still in the bulls' favor.
Good point. I'm glad you brought that up. Well, Oliver, thank you for all the help this morning. Oliver Sloup of Blue Line Futures in Chicago.